In this video, I'm gonna reveal how to break out of financial lack in 2025. And if you're struggling financially today, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because there's a lack of opportunity in the world. It's simply because you were never taught the principle that I'm gonna share with you. Once you learn this and apply it, it will change your life for the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter where you live, what family you come from, what your circumstances are today. This principle works 100% of the time for the people who apply it. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Now, here's the thing. I wish somebody shared this principle with me back when I was struggling financially. Like, I remember being a 7th grade history teacher, taking out payday loans just to survive. I'm working my butt off every single day, 60, 70 hours a week, not seeing my family, struggling as a provider, and could not figure out what I was doing wrong. See, all of us are taught, just work harder, just want it bad enough, and if you do that, then you'll be successful. But the problem is, so many people work extremely hard. They want to succeed very bad, but yet they don't have the success that they desire. And that's because hard work is not the key to success. The key is value. So here's the principle that you need to understand. Money follows value. And I want you to write this down. By the way, I like this video. I'll probably start doing more of these whiteboard teaching videos. Being a teacher, I love to really educate and inform. And I don't know, I just kind of like this version of doing it. But money follows value. And this is a principle that you have to understand if you want to break out of financial lack and walk into financial abundance. So what does this mean? I know you've heard it before, but what does this mean? People pay for things they value. So in other words, you value shelter, right? So every single month you pay money for a mortgage or for your rent. You value lights in your shelter, right? So every month you pay for electricity. You value food, you have to eat. So every month you buy groceries or you eat out so that you can nourish your body. So money always follows value. That's the principle that you have to understand. And here's what you also need to understand about principles. Principles work 100% of the time, all right? So there's a principle of gravity. If I throw this marker up, it has to fall down because the principle of gravity says what goes up must come down. There's a principle that says everything is one thing expressed in two ways. That's the principle of polarity, which means that if you have a human being, well, you have to have male and a female. If you have temperature, you have to have hot and cold. Nothing in the world is one-sided. So that is what principles are. They work 100% of the time and they never change. No matter what, you can scream at it, you can yell at it, you can argue with it, but the only person that will lose is you. So if you truly want to take your life to the next level and experience a new level of success, align your life with how principles work. Because if you don't, these principles will work against you. So money follows value. Okay, Will, I understand that. So what's next? Well, here's the thing. This is about to get real good. The second thing that you need to understand is that you have value. And this is the mindset shift that you need to make. You are extremely valuable. God gave you value in the form of your gift. I'm gonna say that again. God gave you value in the form of a gift. So you have the ability to be a solution to somebody else's problem. But the problem with that is you probably don't know where your gift is. They don't teach you this in church. They just tell you, hey, your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. And we hear all of these things that sounds really good. But nobody says, okay, well, how do I find my gift? So if you're the type of person that does not know your gift, there's a quiz right below this video. Click that link, it's free. It'll take you 5 minutes. I created it based on finding my gift and helping other people find theirs. 5 minutes, answer the questions, and at the end, it will tell you exactly what your gift is. This is extremely important because if you don't know your gift, that means you're operating outside of your power zone. There's some things only you can do, some things that you're great at. So you have to align your life and your career to be an expression of your value, which is your gift. And God is just so great, man. I love this. I get excited and goosebumps talking about this. But everything that God creates, He gives it the ability to produce fruit. He gives it a gift. So I want you to think about a tree. What does a tree have to be in order to produce apples? Well, the answer is it must be an apple tree, right? So an apple tree cannot produce oranges. It can't produce bananas. It can't produce lemons. It can only produce what is inside of it, which is apples. So the apples that this tree produces is its value. Now, why is it valuable? Because we go pick these apples and we take them to the market and we sell them so we can eat them. Or the birds and the animals and whoever else in the ecosystem eats this fruit in order to survive. So this tree does not produce these apples for itself. It doesn't say, hey, look at me, look at my fruit, I'm so great. No, it produces it for the ecosystem, for the world, for you and I, the animals to enjoy. So you have fruit that only you can produce. You were born with it. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. You just have to discover what it is. Now I'm going to tell you something else that comes along with this tree. So you've been taught that wealth, that financial wealth is money, is cars, is houses, is stocks and crypto, that all of these things are wealth, but it really is not wealth. So all of these things are symbolic symbols of wealth, but it's not wealth itself. True wealth is the invisible force inside of the tree, the thing we cannot see that makes this fruit possible. So why am I saying that? What do you mean, Will? You are this tree, and there is something operating inside of you that has the ability to produce a gift, produce value. And when you produce your fruit, when you discover it, develop it, get good at it, and share it out into the world, as a result, you receive money. And that's when you have the cars, the house, the stocks, and all that other stuff. So real wealth is a frequency. It's the Holy Spirit that operates inside of us. You came with it. You have to accept this. So that's the second step. You have a gift. You have to discover your gift and start using it. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying teaching it to you. All right, so thing number 3, once you discover your gift, you want to take it to the marketplace. So you want to take your gift, the thing that you can do, the solution that only you can provide, and take it to the marketplace to sell it, to add value. So there's really 3 ways that people do this. There's 3 markets. You have health, you have wealth, and then you have relationships. These are the 3 main markets of business. And then there's many sub-markets from it. So with health, you have mental health, right? Which is like therapists, counselors, psychiatrists. You have physical health. Personal trainers, you get the memo. You have supplements, all right? There's so many different sub-niches to health. The same thing with wealth and relationships. So what you have to do is discover, where does your gift, your value fit in the marketplace? Because every day in the world, people are exchanging money for solutions in these areas. They have problems with their health, they have problems with their wealth, and they have problems with their relationship. So if you position yourself as the person of value that can solve their problem, they will pay you money in exchange for your gift. This is how it works. Now, what you don't want to do is make the mistake that so many people make, is where they say, well, you know what? Forget all that gift stuff, right? Forget all that. I just want to go and sell stuff because I want to sell it. And that is the absolute worst thing that you can do. Like, have you ever had a family member that tried to sell you prime insurance, or like get you to sign up for Herbalife, or what It Works, things like this, like those MLM things? And there's nothing wrong with MLM, right? This is not about that. But what I'm saying is, people like to sell things just for the sake of selling them. And if you do that, you'll always be chasing money. You'll always have a hard time. Instead, you want to sell things that people are already looking to buy. True sales is not trying to convince somebody that they need what you have, that they need what you got. That's not sales. True sales is showing up powerfully in the marketplace with the gift and standing firm just like a lighthouse. Think about it. A lighthouse stands in one place and it illuminates the dark. In the darkness, that lighthouse is unignorable. It attracts the boats to safety. So when you show up in the marketplace with your gift and you're certain in who you are because you know whose you are and you know the value and the problem that you can solve, you show up powerfully. And as a result, the people that need what only you can provide will come running to you with money in exchange for what you can do in their life. So you take your gift to the marketplace and you sell it. And there's plenty of references in the Bible that talk about business being a good thing. Business is a good thing because it's a God thing. And then we're gonna move to step number 4. Y'all better be taking notes with this too, all right? I'm preaching better than you saying amen right now. Step number 4, you want to turn your gift into a skill. Pardon my handwriting, all right? So here's the deal. Your gift is something that you do naturally. You were born with it. It's something you do so well, or let me not say so well, so easy that you don't even recognize that it's a gift for you. And this is why so many people have a hard time saying, yes, I know what my gift is. I'm certain in it. They don't know, even though it's like right here, their entire life has been right in their face. It's because they do it so easily that they overlook it. So what you want to do is turn the thing that you're naturally good at into a skill. What does that mean, Will? That means you train at the gift, all right? Your body gets stronger by going into the gym and training under resistance. You got to lift weights to get stronger. So you have to take your gift and take it into the mental gym and the physical gym and train it. You have to develop it. And a skill set is being able to produce a consistent result systematically. So we don't want to go into the marketplace and not be able to provide the solution we tell people we can. That's how you get a bad reputation, all right? That's how you get negative reviews and like people call you a scam artist and all those things. You don't want to operate in that zone, all right? But when you're good at what you do and you can produce a consistent result, you become extremely powerful. So how do you do that? Well, initially, if you're just starting out, you might have to work for free. When I first started out in business while I was teaching, a lot of the training that I did up front was free. I had to test my theory out. And I was upfront with people and told them like, hey, I got this idea of this diet. I think it will work. We're gonna test it out and see, all right? Tell them you'll work for free in exchange for a testimonial. And you keep doing that until you finally understand, I am skilled at this, I know what I'm doing, and then you can charge more. So you wanna turn your gift into a skill set. And then last but not least, number 5, and some of y'all are gonna shake in your boots when I say this. You have to communicate your value often. So if you truly believe that you have the solution to somebody's problem, you are doing a disservice to them by not helping them. So in my mind, I have came up with this theory that every day I don't show up and share my gift, share my message, and share what God has done for me, and share with other people what's possible for them, somebody is going to drown. See, the world is full of people that are barely floating above water. They don't have a life jacket on and they don't know how to swim. And they're looking for somebody that knows exactly what they need to get them out of that situation. So if I don't show up and share what I know, share my skill, share my gift, then they are going to drown. And this is what you have to look at it as, right? Like for me, the worst thing is passing away and having to stand before God and God saying, Will, what did you do with the gift that I gave you? The only answers that I can tell him is, God, I didn't know. I didn't figure out what my gift was. I was afraid to talk about it. I was too worried about what other people thought about me. I didn't do nothing, God. And he says, depart from me. You never knew me. I never knew you. I gave you something and you didn't use it. So I think about that, and that is what inspires me to show up every day. And notice I said inspired. I'm not motivated. I don't need somebody to push me to do this. I'm drawn and pulled towards it because this is my purpose. So I cannot not communicate it. I cannot not talk about it. So you need to get out into the world and tell people what you can do for them. But you don't just say, hey, I can help you lose this, or hey, I can help you make that, or hey, you don't do it that way. There's a structure to how you communicate your value. And the easiest way to do this, and I'm not telling you theory, I'm telling you what I have experienced. I'm telling you what my life has been able to produce from communication. So I was able to quit my job and turn my annual income as a teacher into a monthly income as an entrepreneur. I've helped my clients collectively generate over $30 million in the past 4 years alone. I've been in business for 15 years. Like, you don't have that type of success randomly. There's a system to this. So when you communicate your value, here's what you want to focus on. Focus on what they want. Focus on their problems. Focus on their pain. This is what you focus on. And when you do that, they'll be drawn to you. You'll get their attention. They'll listen. And then you can communicate how you can solve these things. You don't make it about you. It's not about you. It's about them. So if you follow these 5 steps that I gave you, if you understand the principle that money follows value, if you're struggling financially right now, it's because you're not giving the value that you have away. Number 2, if you realize and accept that God did give you value. He may have not given you what I have or what the next person has, but he gave you something that is invaluable. There's not, you can't put a price tag on it. It's so valuable. And just like that example of the tree that I talked to you about, the Bible says that a fool can count the seeds in the apple, but only God can count how many apples will come out of the seeds. Your gift will multiply over and over and over again. There's not a cap to it, which is beautiful. So you have a gift. When you accept that, step 3, go to the marketplace and sell the gift. All right? Sell it. Step 4, you turn your gift into a skill set. And then step 5, communicate the gift, the value that you have. Focus on what they want, not what you want for them. And if you do this, you have the recipe to break out of financial lack for the rest of your life. So if you found this video valuable, I want you to drop your biggest takeaway below in the comments. Share this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and always remember, I love you. Have a blessed day. We'll see you on the next one.